Here's the daily price chart for SoFi Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker SOFI. So as we can see here, the stock is attempting to form a base here right around the $6 mark. If we sort of drill into this stock chart a bit, we can see some important price levels, which will be critical for anybody that's looking to trade this stock from either direction. But we will be outlining some price levels here, which will allow us to create a profitable trading strategy for this stock going forward. So specifically what we want to take note of is the fact that the share price has continued to post a positive movement higher, and this does suggest that some bullish momentum is currently underlying this stock. So currently what we have to look at is the recent price high, which posted at the $7.08 mark, and then compare this to the prior price low, which came in all the way down at $6.01. So we are seeing a price move here of more than $1. And this is more significant than it sounds because we're dealing with a $6 or $7 stock. A $1 price movement in that situation is actually very strong. And it is, if we were to compare that to the broader market, this would actually outperform the S&P 500 during the same period of time. So as we're looking here, this is quite a significant price movement, and we have now moved back into this exponential moving average cluster on the daily chart. So these are very important moving averages here, because these are the moving averages that tend to be watched most closely by the largest number of people in the market. So specifically, what we first have to point to is this yellow line here, which is the 20-day exponential moving average. This is followed by the 50-day, purple would be 100-day, and then this blue line here would be the 200-day exponential moving average. So as we can see here, we've now moved into sort of the midpoint of all of these moving averages. We've already broken well above the 20-day and 50-day EMAs. We've even tested this 100-day EMA, which is the purple line, and then we did see a bit of a retracement backward here after testing that level. Overall, this is not really surprising because you do tend to see resistance zones that form right near these exponential moving averages. So it could take a bit of work here for the stock to ultimately break through this purple line. If we do see that, however, it is a bullish event, and it does suggest that the upside momentum is likely to continue. If we did see a break above there, and essentially what we would need to see really would be a break above the $7.10 mark. That would get us above the 100-day exponential moving average. From there, we would have to start to look at the 200-day EMA, which currently comes in just above $7.30. So we're looking at about a 25-cent zone of potential resistance that could limit stock gains here going forward. However, if we do see a break above these areas, this would be a very positive development, because it would suggest that these resistance zones are no longer valid and would no longer be expected to work against the stock. So this would be sort of the positive outcome here if we were to expect moves to the top side. However, the danger here would be that stock prices still have the potential to move lower and then to break this support zone, which came in just above the $6 mark. Specifically, this is $6.01. So currently, this is the risk to the downside. If we were to see a break below here, we would have to then critically watch this 595 level, because if that level broke, there would be a much larger move to the downside that would be expected. So currently, things are looking positive, and we can say that, an upward price movement above this $7.30 mark does set this stock on a very strong upward trajectory. One factor that I've pointed to in prior videos is this descending trend line here, this declining trend line, which has been broken during previous occasions, but we would have to consider this to be a false breakout to the top side, given the fact that share prices declined so quickly after making this breakout. And then in addition to that, we fell to new lows below the $6.15 mark. So specifically what we're watching here is the difference between $6.15 versus $6.01. So this was a significant price move to the downside, because it did ultimately suggest that this was a false breakout. That can be dangerous because many traders will start to enter into bullish positions in those cases, thinking that the stock is going to continue to run higher. You've got a lot of FOMO that's supporting the stock at that point. But then what ultimately happens is that those people that entered into those positions very late tend to lose the most money because they bought in at the highest levels. So that's a dangerous type of event. A false breakout is a very dangerous type of trading event. So, as things currently stand, we have now fallen far enough where the stock did start to become a good buy once again. Once you start to see share prices move into the lower sixes, you've got a lot of support here in this $6 region, which did help prices to move higher. Ultimately, the level that I'm really watching to the downside comes in at roughly 595 because this is an important Fibonacci retracement zone that I have discussed in prior videos. If you do want to take a look at that analysis, I suggest that people spend the few minutes that it takes to go through that because this is a very critical price zone. I won't do that again in this video because I did it in the prior video. So you can just search the channel for SoFi, the search button on the channel page, and it would be the most recent video prior to this. So as we can look ahead here, what we're really looking for is going to be whether or not the stock is able to break above the $7.30 mark. What we would really like to see, it would be ideal. The best case scenario here would be if this happened today. The reason that I say that is because it's a Friday trading session and a daily close above that level, above the 730 mark, would also mean that the stock has a weekly close above that point. So the Friday trading session generally has a lot of importance for that reason. If we're able to convincingly break above this level and close above there, this would suggest that we are then comfortably above this prior downtrend line. We did see a false breakout here before, so this is a dangerous region here as far as people that have entered into these positions on a later basis. But if we are able to break and close above here, it would be much easier for the stock to continue to move higher following that breakout. So we would start to see a situation like that. We're not quite there yet. We do need to actually watch for the price close today. It will be very important. If we do not close above there, it does not mean necessarily that all hope is lost. But what this could mean is that we have a lot of sideways trading that is likely to happen during the following week. The main reason that I say that is because once you get caught inside of these exponential moving averages like this, and remember, these are the daily moving averages, so they're very important. But once you start to get caught in this region here, it's very easy to sort of ping pong and bounce back and forth between these moving averages, fail at the top side and then bounce off of them from the bottom. And it can be very easy to get caught in this area and the prices sort of get trapped here. So, that can really slow down share price action. And this is why I'm really saying that we do definitely want to see a break above and a weekly close above the $7.30 mark. So here's the current market analysis for SoFi Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker SOFI. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.